The Tao Te Ching contains 27 hidden teachings most seekers completely overlook. These esoteric principles can radically transform your consciousness, yet many remain concealed behind seemingly simple language. The first teaching appears in the opening line: "The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao." Lao Tzu immediately establishes that words cannot capture the ultimate truth. This challenges our tendency to mistake descriptions for direct experience. Many study spiritual texts for decades without realizing this fundamental distinction. The second teaching hides in plain sight. Ever desireless, one can see the mystery. Desire, even spiritual desire, creates a filter through which we perceive reality. Not because desire seems wrong, but because wanting alters perception. When you chase enlightenment, your very pursuit creates the illusion of separation from what you already are. But how then can we progress without the desire for progress? The third teaching provides the answer. The Nameless is the beginning of heaven and earth. Tremendous power exists beyond conceptual thinking. When you release the compulsion to label experiences as spiritual or mundane, your awareness naturally expands. The fourth teaching emerges from chapter 11. We shape clay into a pot, but the emptiness inside holds whatever we want. Your consciousness functions exactly like this pot. The space within determines capacity, not the material forming its boundaries. Most spiritual practitioners focus on the clay, practices, concepts, experiences, rather than the space of awareness itself. The fifth teaching overturns conventional wisdom. In pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. In practice of the Tao, every day something is dropped. Spiritual growth often means subtraction, not addition, removing obstacles rather than acquiring more content. This seems counterintuitive. How can emptiness create value? The sixth teaching answers elegantly. The softest thing in the universe overcomes the hardest thing in the universe. Consider water. Nothing appears weaker, yet given time, water carves through mountains. Your consciousness possesses this same yielding power when not forcing outcomes. The seventh teaching transforms leadership. The best leader, people barely know exists. When work is done and aims fulfilled, the people say, "We did this ourselves." True influence needs no recognition. The most powerful forces in your life often operate behind the scenes, unacknowledged yet essential. The eighth teaching addresses action itself. The sage does nothing, yet leaves nothing undone. Non-action, wu-wei, means aligning so completely with natural flow that effort disappears. Notice how your heart beats without conscious command and how breathing continues without your management. The cosmos already operates through you. The ninth teaching questions conventional virtue. When the great Tao is forgotten, kindness and morality arise. True alignment requires no moral overlay. External demonstrations of goodness often compensate for disconnection from natural harmony. The truly aligned being requires no code of conduct. If these paradoxical principles have begun opening new perspectives for you, subscribe now. We explore ancient wisdom that mainstream interpretations often miss entirely. The 10th teaching challenges our relationship with knowledge. To know that you do not know is best. To pretend to know when you do not is disease. Modern culture celebrates expertise and certainty. The Tao honors the beginner's mind, open, receptive, and unburdened by presumptions. But wait, does this create a paradox? I discuss ancient wisdom while the 11th teaching states, "Those who know do not speak, those who speak do not know." The humor in this contradiction cannot be missed. Yet the Tao continues. True words sound paradoxical. These apparent contradictions serve to bypass your conceptual mind. The 12th teaching addresses consciousness itself. The valley spirit never dies. The void, represented by the valley, creates all forms. Modern physics now demonstrates how observation affects quantum reality, a principle Lao Tzu understood thousands of years ago through direct perception. The 13th teaching dissolves duality. These two spring from the same source but differ in name. Every apparent opposite, light, dark, good, evil, self, other, emerges from one source. Many spiritual paths emphasize polarities while missing their fundamental unity. The 14th teaching describes awareness itself. The 10,000 things rise and fall while the self watches their return. Witness consciousness remains unchanged while experiences constantly transform. Many practitioners identify with changing experiences rather than the unchanging awareness perceiving them. Which of these hidden teachings challenges your current understanding most significantly? Comment below whether emptiness, non-action, or the unity behind duality creates the greatest shift in your perspective. The 15th teaching explains cosmic cycles. Returning to the source is stillness, which is the way of nature. Everything that appears eventually dissolves back into potential. This applies to thoughts, emotions, physical forms, and entire universes. Nature demonstrates constant cycles of emergence and return. The 16th teaching addresses human needs. The wise therefore rule by emptying hearts and stuffing bellies. Satisfy basic requirements before pursuing higher concerns. Many spiritual approaches begin with advanced practices while neglecting fundamental well-being, creating imbalance rather than harmony. The 17th teaching contradicts maximalist approaches. Better stop short than fill to the brim. Restraint preserves power. Many systems encourage constant expansion, missing how deliberate limitation creates sustainable energy. The half-full cup allows movement. The overflowing cup wastes its contents. The 18th teaching transcends mortality. Being at one with the Tao is eternal, and though the body dies, the Tao will never pass away. Consciousness continues beyond physical form. What you truly are existed before birth and continues after death, not as philosophy but as direct experience available now. The 19th teaching aligns with natural law. The Tao follows what is natural. The cosmos unfolds according to inherent patterns. Working with these patterns brings effortless accomplishment. Opposing them creates unnecessary struggle. The 20th teaching redefines strength. Yield and overcome. Bend and be straight. Empty and be full. Victory comes through apparent surrender. The tree that bends in strong wind survives, while rigid ones break. True power often appears as flexibility rather than force. The 21st teaching refines perception. The 5 colors blind the eye. The 5 tones deafen the ear. Sensory overload diminishes sensitivity. Many seekers chase intense experiences, missing the awareness in which all experiences arise. Simplicity creates a clearer perception than complexity. The 22nd teaching demonstrates how opposites create each other. Having and not having arise together. Possession and lack exist simultaneously. You cannot have something without creating the concept of not having it. This duality creates perpetual dissatisfaction when unrecognized. The 23rd teaching connects consciousness with form. The Tao is elusive and intangible, and yet within is image. Form arises from formlessness. The unmanifest contains all potential manifestations. Your focused awareness affects physical reality through concentrated attention. The 24th teaching redefines wealth. He who knows he has enough is rich. Abundance exists primarily as a state of mind rather than external circumstance. True prosperity comes through recognizing sufficiency rather than pursuing excess. The 25th teaching balances opposites. The heavy is the root of the light. Foundations emerge from their opposites. Spiritual elevation requires grounding, and transcendence requires embodiment. Complete development integrates both ascent and descent. The 26th teaching locates true meditation. In meditation, go deep in the heart. Heart-centered awareness exceeds intellectual understanding. Your heart perceives wholeness, while your mind perceives fragments. Genuine meditation transcends the technique of resting in heart awareness. The 27th teaching summarizes all others. The world is ruled by letting things take their course. It cannot be ruled by interfering. Control represents illusion. The cosmos unfolds according to its nature. True power comes through alignment, not opposition. Water perfectly symbolizes these principles, formless yet powerful, yielding yet unstoppable, seeking the lowest position yet essential for all life. Your consciousness operates identically when not constrained by rigid concepts, excessive desires, or attachment to outcomes. Your direct experience right now surpasses all these teachings. Notice the awareness of perceiving these words. That awareness, not the concepts themselves, embodies the Tao in action, not as philosophy, but as the living reality of what you already are.